The hardest part of these transitions from a seller's market to a buyer's market is the 3 to 6 months that we're in right now. When the buyers are waiting to see if the prices are going to what? Keep going down. And the sellers are waiting for what? Prices to come back. And the realtors are all going like, it's okay. I'm a motivational speaker. It's okay. Bull. Bull. There still is mortgage money for buyers to buy and sellers to sell because the economy can't handle a slow real estate market. Can handle a war, can handle a terrorist attack, but it can't handle a bad real estate market. And I'm not kidding. That's worth some applause. And that hierarchy of success that you just went over, this is under the topic of presentations. Because I think you need to have a price reduction presentation. You haven't needed a price reduction presentation for the last 13 years because the market was so good. But in this market, when you want somebody to drop their price from $169 to $149, okay, when you want somebody to drop their price from $559 to $499 or $449, you start to need to have that. You need to understand what causes a home to sell or not. Okay? And I want you to listen carefully. A lot of my top clients have said to me, wow, that's a little wrinkle on this. This is a twist on this I hadn't seen before. So I'm going to give you some language and I'm going to give you some thoughts about how to have this conversation at the listing presentation. So you say to them, I'd like to get together with you in 3 or 4 weeks to do what I call a marketing update. Go over all the things I'm doing to help get your house sold and see what's working, what's not working, and tweak that in any way. If the property isn't sold by then, I hope that it will be sold by then. If it sells really quickly, will that be a problem for you? Cool. I hope that happens too. By the way, I like that little language. I like that question. If it does sell quickly, would that be a problem for you? But if that doesn't happen, I'd like to get together in 3 or 4 weeks and re-strategize and look at everything I'm doing. Here's the key. Here is the key. Okay? I want you to build this into your thinking. I want you to build this into your language. You advise on price. Then if you choose to take the listing, your job is to market the property, get the highest possible price, but the owner always chooses and owns the price. Your job is to advise on price and continue to advise on price and to help them get the highest price, but it's not your price, it's their price. You need to rehearse your list. If you don't have a real one, you need to rehearse your listing presentation every week. Full listing presentation with full materials. That's how you get strong. And by the way, when you do those rehearsals, it puts a fire in you to go get listings because now you're ready. Keep taking listings even in this soft market. Because I'll tell you, I have been through this market before. Bob, you've been through this market before too, right? Let me talk to Bob for a second. Aren't there pockets during this soft market when a flurry of listings will sell? All of a sudden, a flurry sells. And you really kick yourself for not having taken more of them. So don't be afraid to go ahead and build the inventory. Stay in touch with the seller. Build your service systems, but keep taking listings. You need to believe it. You need to believe that with the marketing you do, the attention Bob, right? You believe it, don't you? Because Bob did more transactions than anybody else for this period of time. And to do that, to be a Bob, to be a Mike, to be a Rich, to be a top agent, you've got to believe that you can get them more money than anybody else. And you know how you do that? Like this. Believe it. Okay. I want to flip over and talk about, really, Bob, it's true. Don't you feel that way? It reduces the number of houses shown dramatically. It reduces the length of time that you work with the buyer. It increases the amount of work the buyer is willing to do. I want the buyer to know, when you start working with them, what type of mortgage they're going to use, how much down payment and closing costs, what cash out of pocket they're going to need and that they have it, and what the payments are going to be. So if they haven't met with a lender already, and I don't think they have to meet with a lender before they meet with you, you meet a person who's a good professional, a strong couple, you know they're going to be good buyers. I don't care about sending them to the bank afterward, but I want those questions answered so they're not in their mind before you get very far with them. And I've talked to marketing professors at NYU. My son goes there, little brag. I've talked to marketing professors at local universities. I've talked to marketing people in large corporations and small. And they said, Rich, that's just stupid. Anybody who tells you that it takes 6 months for something to begin working is just trying to sell you something that doesn't work very well. What I'm about to show you about farming works right away. This is a farming effort that nearly everyone we've started this with has seen results right away. Are they going to keep this around? You bet. Would you like this on your own neighborhood? Yeah, you would. I have agents who get these from some of my clients who say they keep them. At some point, you need to take your business to the next level. Let me tell you when I found you need to take your business to start to look for an assistant. 30 to 50 sales a year. All of a sudden, at 40 or 50 sales a year, downstate it's really only 20 or 30. Not that it's harder downstate, but the prices are higher and the commissions are more, so they can afford it sooner. That's funny, but it's true. So all of a sudden, you're hitting a pace of sales. Okay? And sure enough, if you don't have some help, eventually, working on the new leads, the pending transactions, the new listings, you're not going to keep the pace up. At the same time, you want to be able to take days off a week. You want to be able to take long weekends. You want to be able to take, I believe you should take a day off, 1 to 2 days off a week. You know, I used to say 1 day a week, and now I'm realizing the people who are taking 1, it's not hard to take 2. Believe it or not, talk to me. You should take a long weekend every quarter, and you should take 2 full weeks a year off, and at least one of those should be 7 days in a row. Okay? And it's possible. It's all possible with this business when you structure it and you work on it correctly. And I want to just give you a quick note as we wrap up about self-confidence and self-esteem. And this is what I say. Permanent confidence always comes from experience and hard work. Permanent confidence, this is in your notes, always comes from experience and hard work. Let me explain that when the quarterback goes back to throw the ball or the figure skater gets prepared to do the move, they have confidence because they've worked hard and they have the experience of doing it a lot of times. The agent who does the best listing presentation is the one who's done it the most and worked the hardest. So your confidence comes from experience. But you can set the foundation for your confidence with what I call affirmations. Choose to smile and choose to laugh. And choose to appreciate the business you have and the life you live and the ones you love. Because that's why we do all this.